I love audio. I love technology. I'm sorry. We're back. We're live. Welcome. I hope everybody is watching and seeing this. If you're not, if somebody's watching live and you can tell us that you hear audio and whatnot, then we would appreciate it. I'm going to share the on my Facebook page. I'm going to share the live stream because we're live streaming on our 2 Minute and Six Pack page. So, welcome everyone. 2 Minute Six Pack. Mr. Miller,
Mr. Goodson,
Mr. Rayner. Are you with us, Mr. Rayner?
We have audio.
We have audio. That is awesome. Okay. Well,
video.
We have audio. That's a good thing. So we're back, the three of us. I hope you guys got a belly full.
Yeah.
Like
All I've been doing all afternoon is eating.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So we took a break and we're back live now. And next week we'll have some more folks. Gray Goodson was going to join us, but he would rather watch the soccer game. So that's fine. He's sitting over there watching the soccer game, but that's a good thing. So we're back at it. We took the summer off. Did everybody have a good summer and good spring? And
did.
And everything. And you're getting ready to go back to school?
Yep. In a week.
Okay.
You sound excited.
I am.
Mike Irvin liked our post, so that's a good thing. So we will see as we progress. We have we'll see how we go, and so we'll share this once we get going. But let's get going. We got a lot of stuff to talk about over the next couple of weeks, preseason, before the college football season kicks in. We're going to just going to look at some SEC stuff, some ACC stuff, kind of preseason predictions. We're going to talk a little bit about. I don't remember in a while. Arch Manning is getting hyped really big going into this season. We're going to talk about Florida State. A lot of people are predicting Florida State's going to have a comeback here. And then we're going to talk about way too early Heisman odds. And then we're going to talk about some stuff going on in the NFL. Michael Parsons is holding out for the Cowboys, and we got a couple other folks that are holding out. So we're going to dive in. Like I said, co-host Dave Miller, Chris Rayner. Rayner, you're gearing up for high school football?
Yeah.
Are you familiar? Do you feel comfortable enough covering the high school football stuff for us in the next couple of weeks, or do I need to get Chris Miller here to kind of give us an overview?
I can, but Chris is always a good guest.
All right. Well, we'll get him.
He sees a lot more teams than I do.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
You just see whoever plays
Southwest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right.
Whoever we cover when their coach comes in.
All right.
We pretty much got everybody on Sports Talk except Pollock and Bo. We got Bo lined up for the 15th. Bo and Warlick.
Is Bo coming?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
According to Warlick.
Okay.
All right. Well, Bo will come to any radio thing except my podcast.
Heard Warlick's going to pull all sponsorship if he doesn't show up. So
okay.
He'll show up.
Okay. All right. Let's hop right in. So we're going to hop in. SEC preseason rankings, and we're going to start with SEC. So this week we're going to do SEC, ACC. Next week we're going to do Big 10 and Big 12, and then maybe another one. I don't know if there's maybe the Independents, maybe Notre Dame or whatever. And then the next week we'll do like the national championship, what the predictions are,
okay.
like the college stuff. So that'll get us rolling into week 0. So anyway. So all the media days and all that stuff was like in the last week or two. So very interesting. This is the first year in like 3 or 4 years that the preseason number 1 team for the SEC has not been the Georgia Bulldogs. It was close though. So Texas
were they 2?
Yeah, they were 2. So Texas got 3,060 votes. Georgia got 2,957 votes. So just a little over 100 votes difference. Now, first place votes, Texas got 96 and Georgia got 44. So some homers, they must have been from Nashville, actually picked
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt gave them two votes. Auburn Tigers got a vote. Oklahoma Sooners got 3 votes. Anyway, but the top 5 predictions: Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, and then South Carolina.
Wow.
Interesting.
I heard they were highly ranked.
Yeah. So
I haven't seen the top 25 yet. When did that come out? I missed it.
what for the college?
The preseason.
I've got. I mean, it came out. So there's a bunch of them out right now,
but not the AP yet.
but not the AP. Yeah, yeah. But it's kind of going to be the same old, the same old story. It's going to be actually Texas, Georgia, Ohio State.
Well, Texas
Clemson-
may be actually
Clemson-
a little higher this year than they've been being.
They're predicting Clemson's is gonna have a good year.
Big game in Chapel Hill.
Big game in Chapel Hill. Yeah, that's like what in October, I think.
It's about the fourth game. Yeah.
That could be the stumbling block for Clemson, or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, just some key insights from the media day. Texas received the most confidence with 96 championship votes. Georgia remains top challenger with 44, and they are actually predicted to face each other in the 25 SEC, or it'd be 26, won't it? Or anyway, the end of the season SEC poll. Alabama, LSU, South Carolina around at top 5. Texas A&M, they are projected to finish 8th. No championship votes, but they have the most talent of the most returning players of any team. Isn't that Mike Elko, the guy that was at Duke,
Right.
is now the coach there, right?
Yes.
Do you think he's what are your thoughts about Elko?
Well, this is what, year 2?
Year 2.
Well, I mean, so basically most of the guys are another coach's recruits, correct?
Yes. Yes.
The ones that have stuck around. And then, of course, I really don't know what they've done portal-wise, transfers, and all that stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, he has success at Duke.
If you can be successful at Duke,
You should be successful anywhere.
yeah. So mid-tier surprises: Tennessee, Oklahoma, Auburn, and Vanderbilt each received at least 1 vote, suggesting media see potential breakout threats from the middle of the pack. Kentucky, Mississippi State, Arkansas, and Missouri project near the bottom. When are they going to fire that guy from Arkansas? I can't even remember the guy's name now, but I mean, they're just constantly not just not good, right?
But the crazy thing is they'll have one game
Where
that
they-
they win that they shouldn't win.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know, and everybody gets back on the hype, and I think he finds the one game that saves his job.
I agree.
He makes it a big one.
Yep. So, who wins the SEC? Dave, who do you think?
Let's go with Longhorns.
All right. Who are you going to
That
go with?
sounds weird still to me to say, but yeah,
The Longhorns.
just because them being in the SEC. But yeah, I think they're the top dog right now until they prove otherwise.
All right. Who's the biggest threat to Texas? Georgia, Alabama, A&M, LSU. Who do you think?
I think Georgia and LSU.
You know, they've got the
LSU's gonna.
you know, they've got the quarterback. They've got the kid that that left. Well, he played in the champion. What I guess the championship game. He came in for the Beck kid, who now has gone to Miami, by the way, and he's going to be the starting quarterback for Georgia. So,
It's so hard to keep up with them.
how do you rank? I guess they have so much talent in all the other positions. You know, normally when
Well, so I think what you're trying to say is a team that good, with that much talent, really all you really need at quarterback is a manager.
yeah, that's
You don't
right.
need somebody to manage the game.
Yeah.
Not make any major mistakes, do what you're supposed to do, and let the athletes take care of it.
Yeah, I would agree. Because I mean, you just have so many good players out there. And and I'll just use this as an example. When an average team and Carolina is an average team, when we would have a really good quarterback, Drake May or whomever,
Right.
Sam Howell, that next year when they left, you just didn't know what you were going to get at quarterback.
Right.
But I guess with these teams that bring in, all these 5-star, 10-star recruits or whatever,
Right.
they literally just reload.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I see that. So who's the biggest threat to Texas?
Well, I mean, you got to go Georgia, Alabama.
Georgia or Alabama?
I know LSU's up there, and they're up there every year, but they just don't get it done.
Hey, buddy, what's up,
they
man?
always have a game or two that They kind of blow during the regular season. It kind
Who's
of
their
hurts them.
coach now? Is it still the guy that did the funny accent?
Who? Alabama?
LSU's.
No, man. Brian Kelly is the coach now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking
My
about.
family.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that dude Ed. Ed
No.
That dude,
Bergeron. Or whatever
yeah, that dude had a funny
He
accent.
did, but that was his accent. Brian Kelly made up that one. You've been so good to my family.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you got all
Yeah.
country on.
Right.
Yeah. So, do you guys think that the Alabama coach is under pressure? Caleb DeBoer?
Yeah, there's no
I think
doubt.
so. 2 lackluster years in a row.
Yeah, I think he's feeling the pressure this year.
Yep.
It's a little bit different than what was he? He was at UW, wasn't he?
Yeah, Washington.
At Washington. Yeah, a little bit of a little pressure.
Washington, you win 8 games a year, and everybody's happy.
Yeah. All right, ACC. Their media day was around the same time. No surprise here, really. Clemson leads the field as the clear preseason favorite, returning experience, leadership, and depth from last year's roster. Miami checks in at number 2. The U, baby. Look at yeah.
watching the show.
You guys can't see, but my dog Charlie is like enthralled. He's watching us. He's sitting on the couch. We're actually
Look, I don't know what that expression means. I don't know if you can call it enthralled.
he's
Like,
in,
do people pay them to do this?
yes, they do. Yes, they do, Charlie. No, they don't, Charlie. No, they don't. No, they don't. So anyway, Miami checks in number 2 off the rival of Carson Beck. Do you think he's an up? I thought the kid from last year was really good.
I do too. Look, Beck's okay. We'll see if he's everything everybody thinks he is. I'm still skeptical.
So do you? This is a loaded question because I know the answer. Do you think he's playing with as much talent at Miami as he played with at Georgia?
No.
And so, do you think that translates into him having to do more at Miami than he had to do at Georgia?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. That'll be really interesting. Didn't Gray probably knows this? What do you have?
I'm picturing him. He's like when he goes to Miami from Georgia. He's out there selling like hurricane cars and stuff as a fundraiser and stuff like the high school coaches have to do.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a whole different ball game from SEC to ACC.
Well, the crazy thing is Miami's got money. They really.
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Hey, man,
their
they got-
NIL's pretty good.
Well, they got Luther Campbell, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Luther.
Gray, did Carson Beck did he declare for the draft and then not get, or did he put his name out there and then? Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. I thought. Oh, so he got $4 million in NIL. Wow.
I mean, he did have a Lamborghini stolen from his house.
Mike Irvin's chimed in. See you guys next week. Hopefully, Mike, we're looking forward to it, brother. I hope everything's going well with you.
But check with the Lowe's.
Check with the Lowe's and
Leanne.
and Leanne, but maybe so.
Hey, give Sadie a hug for me.
Absolutely. In fact, yeah.
Put the picture of that dog your dog was doing there, but it won't let me do a picture.
Okay.
I'll send it to you. I'll probably let you.
So check this out. So Clemson number 1, Miami number 2, SMU and Georgia land in the 3 to 4 range. SMU and Georgia 3 and 4. I mean
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, yeah, 3 and 4, surprising many. Despite receiving 4 first place votes, Florida State is projected to finish 7th.
See, I
But
don't understand that.
But that's an indication. Last year they went 2-10. They got a new coach.
Well, there was a lot of hype at the beginning of the year. last year, too.
Well, they were coming off that year
Right.
where they went undefeated, right? They went undefeated and then didn't make the playoff.
Right.
And then I guess their response to not making the playoffs, they said, "Screw it, we're just going to go 2-10 this year because we win 10 games or whatever. Screw it, we're just going to go just go 2-10." Virginia Tech got 1 vote and they're number 11. Syracuse, let's see. So the top 7: Clemson, Miami, SMU, Georgia Tech, Louisville, Duke, Florida State. Carolina checks in at 8. Pittsburgh 9, NC State 10, Vatech 11, Syracuse 12, Boston College 13, Virginia, California, Wake Forest, and Stanford. So next week we're going to talk a little bit more about we're going to talk about the Big 10 and Big 12, but we're also going to talk a little bit about Bill Belichick and Carolina And we'll talk when we get to NFL next week. We'll talk a little bit about the Panthers. So Rainer, I may be like defaulting to you to find out how.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell me how camp's going.
He's been at camp a couple times this week.
Yep.
And whatnot.
I hang out there with my little hat on.
So
Get my autographs.
So who wins ACC? Are we thinking Clemson?
Carolina.
Are we thinking Clemson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clemson, but I think Florida State could be a spoiler.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that. Before we talk about that, we're going to talk about something back in the SEC.
Okay.
I should have done that. I should have done that first. But so potentially Miami or Florida State.
Yep.
I just don't see Georgia Tech. I mean,
They have Florida State at 7.
Yeah,
The
Florida
ACC.
State. Yeah.
Good if you remember.
That's media.
Hey.
Now that's what the media.
Georgia Tech really came on towards the end of the year last year.
They did. They
You
did.
know, and so, if that coach can carry on.
But anybody that runs that kind of offense, man,
Right.
I just
I'm surprised they still do. To be
in
honest with you.
today's college environment where you're not slinging the ball around or it's not like the power eye.
Right.
I mean, it was or something. It's still that. Now I will tell you this: is that quarterback they had? Is he coming back? I don't know. He was good. He was
Very athletic.
Is he coming back great? That quarterback, Georgia Tech. Is he coming? Ace, yeah, King. Hayes King. He was nasty, man.
Yeah.
He was good. He ate Carolina up. Well, in fact, we were talking about that before you got here, Dave. Like Georgia Tech has become the new kryptonite to Carolina, like Virginia used to be, like back in the 10, 15 years ago. Remember, Rainer? We could never.
Yeah, no matter how bad they were, we couldn't beat
No
them.
matter how
Especially
bad,
up there.
Well, we never. I mean, we went. I forget, man. And we went a long time without beating
At Scott Stadium.
Virginia in Charlottesville. I mean, and they were horrible. They would go like 3-8 or whatever, and one of the wins
One
would
of
be
the three would be Carolina.
when we were in Charlottesville. We could not beat them. So, and now we've kind of run into that with Georgia Tech. Gray was actually saying he was at the Mercedes Dome 3 or 4 years ago, I guess, when we went up there. They throttled us, and him and a bunch of buddies. In fact, they about got in a fight. He said some obnoxious Georgia Tech fans. They about got in a fight. So anyway, all right. So that's the predictions. I didn't give the full blown deal with the SEC. I kind of just I kind of summarized it. Mississippi State's near the bottom. Kentucky Wildcats are near the bottom, or Arkansas. So we'll see. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. So let's move on and let's talk about back to the SEC. Arch Manning. So he's officially
The starter.
officially QB1 for Texas.
Sophomore or junior?
He's a sophomore.
A redshirt sophomore.
He's a redshirt sophomore because who is it? Somebody in the NFL, the LA Rams. The LA Rams have already said we're drafting. That's who we're going after. He's going to be our quarterback of the future. I guess they're going to figure it out, but they're going to draft him. So according to thus far, of course, you're only a couple weeks into it.
Right.
He's lighting up the camp. They say his arm strength is up. He's it's got to be a lot. It's got to be good to get first team reps. I mean, the last year he was kind of splitting reps, or he was getting whatever reps he could, from Quinn Ewer. But now that he's playing or practicing with the first team, there's got to be that that chemistry. And despite starting a college football game, and we'll talk about it here in a few minutes, he actually is the front runner for the Heisman Trophy.
Okay.
As of August 3rd, 2020.
No games, just right.
I mean,
So he's never had a start before? I thought he did one.
or maybe he had one last year.
Thought he had one.
Maybe he had one, but it wasn't against like a.
Yeah.
It was against like a D1 AA or D2. I mean, or something.
Little Tennessee, Texas Christian or
UNC
Academy,
UNC.
the blind or something.
Yeah. Incarnate Word or something like that. Yeah. So anyway, so we'll see. So question to you and to Dave: does Arch look like a legitimate Heisman contender, or is it too early to buy the hype?
No, I mean, I mean, it's just until you see him perform on the field regularly, it's all hype. There's no substance because all we have is he's done this in practice, done that in practice. Now the one game he did play, and like you said, I don't think it was top-notch competition. Brandon, why don't you see who they played last year? What game he played in?
Like 4 touchdown passes.
And
or something.
yeah, I mean he rolled, but I mean, the kid's been that projection coming out of high school.
Do you think that his, unlike the girl that did the American, what was it, the American Eagle jeans ad? Do you, I don't know if you guys seen all that controversy about that. Anyway, so and probably people listening to this probably haven't either. But anyway, do you think the family name the jean? I mean,
that helps just a little bit.
Do you think it's added pressure though?
Oh yeah, of course it's added pressure. But you know what? Listen to him when they talk to him. They do interviews, and he's got a pretty good head on his shoulders.
Yeah,
So and again, he's been around, with his uncles and stuff. So I think he's in prime position. And we'll see. We got to see how he performs on the field.
So what
but
about?
I think the tools are there.
So I got to respect him from the perspective of he's playing the long game, right?
Yep.
I mean, he could have gone anywhere.
Yep.
Day one and been the starter.
Correct.
And this year would have been his third year being a starter, and then he would have been probably the number 1 draft pick coming out. But what does that say about Steve Sarkisian? I guess that's how you say his name.
Yep.
Yeah. What does that say about him and what the respect that that his family has for him?
Well, I think they believe in his system, what he does, and so that's his line. I mean, especially you look at everybody else, everybody's jumping ship, all over the place. I can't keep up with who's who and where's where because, as soon as the window opens, there's hundreds of thousands of kids in the portal.
And he could have gone after that
Yes.
first year when when he, when Sarkisian, or however you say his name, and Quinn Ewers was a starter. I mean, he could have bolted, man.
Right.
That there's a lot to be said. There's a lot to be said for that. I mean,
Manning, it looks like started against the University of Texas at San Antonio.
Okay.
56-7 win, had 223 yards, but he had 3 straight games where he was the leading passer for the team. So it might have been a stretch there.
Yeah, he
played a few games.
he played in he played in a few games.
And they beat ULM, University of
Louisiana Monroe. That's
Monroe.
the one he had a real good game.
Yeah,
with.
he had 258 yards and a 51-3 win, and then against Mississippi State 35-3 win with 325 yards. So that's been his highest output so far.
and that's playing in like half a game.
Right.
But now with that said, if it'll probably be a half a game or 3/4 of a game this year as
Right.
well, unless they're trying to run up the numbers and get and win the Heisman.
He has yet to pass for 1,000 yards in his career. Has 939 yards total.
So hey, look up and we'll get to it, man. But since you got your thing
Internet
there,
rolling.
look up the first week 1 because there's like some nasty games week 1.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
the
there
week
are.
0 actually.
No, well week 0 there's a couple, but week 1 look at the
So there's some before that.
Yeah.
yeah.
They just included when you looked at it on ESPN. They just included it all in that 1 week.
No, I mean because Texas doesn't Texas play somebody? It's like somebody Texas and Ohio State play. LSU, Clemson.
But see, they start when you do week 1 on there, they include Saturday the 23rd.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
included all the way to the Carolina game on September 1st. They go a ways with that week 1.
Well, I'm talking about the weekend that Texas.
You're talking about the 30th.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a
Labor
ton
Day
of games
weekend.
on the 30th.
Yeah. Read.
And you also have East Carolina locally, East Carolina and State on that Thursday night. That'll be a good game.
That'll be there'll be some drunk people that'll
You
be
think?
that'll be arrested that game.
That's at East Carolina. No, that's State.
Alabama, Florida State play that weekend. Dude, man, that's just a stupid weekend.
I think Miami and Notre Dame might play that weekend too.
Let's see. Let me just do top 25.
So while Rayner's looking that up, can Arch carry Texas through the SEC gauntlet? And and can he make it to the playoffs?
Who are they playing in the SEC? Because the SEC is like 100 teams,
That's true. That's true.
so you can't play everybody. So I wonder what the schedule looks like. So that's because you
Well,
may
let's
not
just
have
do
to see
SEC.
Alabama, Georgia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Yeah, we need to look that up and see.
Just doing SEC for the first week. You got Missouri and Central Arkansas, Baylor and Auburn. That'd be a decent one. Mississippi State and Southern Miss, Syracuse and Tennessee, Texas and Ohio State.
Texas, Ohio State.
At noon. That's the kickoff game
On Saturday?
at noon.
Yeah, because Ohio State wasn't happy about the noon start.
Yeah, they wanted it. They could be, because they're playing in. Are they playing in Texas?
It's at Ohio State. It says. Well, it could be a neutral site.
Okay. I think it actually might be.
No, Ohio Stadium.
Oh,
It's
wow.
at Ohio State.
Wow.
At the Horseshoe. Toledo and Kentucky, Alabama and Florida State.
Yeah, Alabama.
You said that one, yeah.
It's a big game. So if everybody wants to pile over here that Saturday, we can do nothing but watch football. Greg, you need to come home from. Oh no! Is that the weekend we're gonna be calling it? No, we'll be back.
Yeah, I think you're the weekend before.
Yeah, we're going to Toronto, man, to see Oasis.
If they're still together.
Hey. We're banking on they're gonna. That's their first North American tour date. So we're banking that they're still together. Now, once they get here, who knows what happens?
You know, it could be like Jane's Addiction.
Oh gosh, yeah,
You mentioned Clemson and LSU, right?
yeah,
At the real Death Valley.
Yes.
yes.
And then there was one that caught my eye, Marshall at Georgia. Does that just not reek of like App State and Michigan?
App State plays somebody in week 0. Look who App State plays. It's a top 25 team, and they said, watch out. This could be a sleeper.
Where are they going?
They play before. They play.
Unfortunately, until they put the AP rankings on here, it's all jacked up. It takes you forever to find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll find it. Keep rolling.
Okay. So anyway, so legit.
Oh, App State at Charlotte is week 0.
No. Yeah. They play somebody good.
Maybe
I
the
think it's
next
second or
week.
third week.
It's the Dukes Mayo Classic at Charlotte, probably in Panther Stadium.
They said App State.
That's the
played-
firof week though.
I don't know.
Yes,
I might
at
be
Bank
right.
of America
I
Stadium.
think it's week 2.
Then it might be week 2. So let's ask. Last
Please
year,
do.
you guys knew. I mean, until they lost. I mean, I was on the Texas bandwagon.
Yes, you were.
The
You
whole
were wearing
year.
your Texas hat all the time.
My
all that.
Texas hat. I've lost some weight, and I've got a Texas long sleeve T-shirt that I can probably put on.
Do
now.
you have a cowboy hat?
No, Gray has
It have
one.
to be a
though.
big one.
It had to be. Yeah,
We all got big
Yeah,
heads.
because I got a big head. Is Texas back this year, and are they for real?
I think so. I think it's as Arch Manning goes, they go. If he has a big year, I think they go undefeated.
Dave, what kind of Dave? And only probably 10 of us that watch this can relate to this. Gray will get it. Chris Rayner won't. What would you? How would you relate Arch Manning?
Why won't he get it?
Because just wait, his first or his first college start. Because you know what I'm gonna say. His first college start going to the Horseshoe. How would you create that? How would you relate that to a soccer match, a professional soccer, or what? I mean, let's just say a professional soccer match. It
It's
would
like
be,
when Chelsea went back home to play that team she used to play for. Yeah, I know.
great. Did they just score? Great. So, did you hear the question?
Yeah, it's probably.
You think about it too, because I want your answer.
It's one of those where, let's say,
So what's the more? Is it playing up top is the more, or is it playing goalie? Which one is the more?
it's probably that'd be compared to being in the goal.
Okay, so if you're starting for a team that has
All right, so here's a good example. Okay.
This is what I want you to get.
All right, so here you go. You ready? We're watching them on TV right now.
Okay.
Okay, Man U. Okay, several years ago they were really good. Okay, they've struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so knowing a bunch of Man U fans, they're trying to get the hype back up and get things righted. Well, I think you can put Arch Manning and Texas kind of in that boat where, you know, they've got a great history.
Yep.
They've struggled a little bit over the past several years, you know, not to the quality that the Texan fans are used to. So I think you can say, you know, Man U playing like a Man City.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's the first start for the goalie is Man
Correct.
U
Yeah.
Up against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Right.
defending
Yeah.
national champions.
Yeah.
You're going
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But are they back this year? Do you think Texas is going to break through and win it this year?
I do.
Yes, I think
If
they've
Manny
got
stays healthy, I think they'll be strong.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be fitting for that to be? That's just the other Manning legacy. That would just
This should be the year because
after
Ohio State and Georgia both lost their quarterbacks.
Mike, what are you doing, Mike? Mike's trying to grab
So it would be the
his-
5th Manning Super Bowl title.
Yeah.
Or, once he goes on, if he does win a Super Bowl with, you say the Rams are all over him?
The Rams are all
They're going to do
over.
whatever it takes to get that pick.
How would you like to be Cooper? Cooper Manning. That's Peyton. That's his dad.
yeah.
But, your two brothers were like world famous, all this stuff, and you're going to be famous because your son's a badass, right?
Yeah, but he got injured or something. Wasn't he at one time one of the best of the group?
Cooper was a wide receiver.
Was he?
He never played.
Okay.
He played. I think he played catch. I think Peyton threw him the
Yeah,
ball. I think
a
he
lot.
He threw him the ball because they went to school in New Orleans, high school in New Orleans. Okay.
So let's revisit the App State thing you were asking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Let's start with Charlotte, then Lindenwood. I thought that was a guy's name, Lindenwood.
Maybe it's game 3 then.
Game 3 is at Southern Miss. That's
No,
September
no,
13th.
that's not.
Then the next one, or 2 weeks later, September 27th, at Boise State on the Smurf.
Yeah,
Field.
that's.
But
yeah.
then the week after, coming to App. Have you heard who this is? Oregon State.
Oh,
Coming
really?
to Kid Brewer Stadium.
The Beavers.
Well, they're having to because they don't have a conference, man. I mean, they're having
Yeah.
to go. They're having to
They
go.
got to go out and play.
Yeah, they
October 4th, they're coming to Kid Brewer Stadium.
Yeah, the boys-
That might be the biggest name team they've ever had come in. What do you think?
Carolina played there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Remember? Gray was hanging out on the sidelines with Sam Howell. Sam Howell came back to watch. That was that game. Wasn't it like 72 to 20 to
And
72
didn't
to
they end
60?
up going for 2 or something and didn't get it? After all those points, they went for 2 and didn't get it. Carolina won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ran the onside kickback for a touchdown.
Where Jughead
We
would
just
have
fell on
just
the
fell
ball.
down.
Yeah. All right. So now let's flip back to the ACC, and we're talking about Florida State.
Florida.
Florida State looking to bounce back from 2-10. They fired Norvell, which I thought he stayed there. What does going undefeated and not making the playoffs earns you a chance to go 10-2? Gus Malzahn has come in, and he is the head coach now. Or no, he's the offensive coordinator. He's the OC. So is Norvell still there? Maybe they didn't fire Norvell.
I think Norvell's still there.
Okay. Well, they brought in Gus Malzahn as the offensive coordinator. But bigger, this guy had a great year. He played on a horrible team last year. They brought in the quarterback from Boston College, Tommy Costanzliano or something like that.
Yeah.
And he actually was a really good quarterback. He just played on a really bad team. So questions. Malzahn, he is everywhere he's gone, he believes, he subscribes, and he really wanted this job. He was the head coach,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken, at the University of Central Florida.
Yes.
He left Central
Yes.
Florida as the head coach to become the
Which
offensive
was the
coordinator.
second time was at Central Florida.
Yeah. So can his offense? Can he teach that crowd that fast enough for it to make a difference in 25, or is it going to be another?
Well, I think it's one of those. It's going to be baby steps. I think as the year progresses, I think it'll get better. Because there's going to be some mistakes early. Learning.
So it doesn't benefit them that they open with Alabama.
No, probably not.
Alabama.
So what would you consider a success coming off a 10-2 season? I mean a 2-10 season. What would you consider a bounce back for Florida State to be? Would 9 wins be successful, or does Florida State need to win 10 plus?
No, I think 9 wins is legitimate because they're going to play 12 games schedule wise, 11, 12.
12.
Yeah, I think if they go 9-3, it's a successful year.
What do you think, Chris?
I think 9 would be great after a 2-win season.
Yeah.
And
8
granted,
would be probably below what they want.
granted, we're not Florida State fans. That they're looking at 11 wins, 12 wins.
Who's that quarterback of the Saints there?
They they're spoiled, right? Though.
Yes.
I mean, I guess after you go undefeated, and then you don't make the playoff and you got high hopes. But that was the prime example of people of teams. They hit it big 2 years ago in the transfer portal, and then last year they had a dud.
Yes.
I mean, basically in the transfer portal. So 9 wins would be a success to you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the Heisman. So the Heisman race is here because it literally starts. The Heisman race literally starts the day after the national championship game for the year. Arch Manning is the early betting favorite. So I've got the betting lines right here. Arch Manning is number one, 5-1 to 6-1 odds across all the major sports books. Okay. Second, and I didn't really think this guy was that good last year. So I don't know if this says a lot about the players, the class, or whatever. The quarterback from LSU, Garrett Newsomeyer, 8-1 to 9-1. He did throw for over 4,000 yards last year. I mean, when you throw to wide receivers like they normally have,
yes,
that's pretty good. Third, at 9-1 to 11-1, the quarterback from Clemson, Cade Klumbrick, is that how you say his name? Klumbrick.
Okay.
And they're just expecting a lot of really good things from him. Jeremiah Smith, the wide receiver, the sophomore wide receiver from Ohio State, 11-1 to 13-1.
Who's going to throw him the ball?
I don't know. I don't think has Ohio State named their starting quarterback.
Julian Sagan, he was like a big recruit coming out, but that's what I'm saying. He's got some big shoes to fill. I don't know how good he'll be.
All right. So you're right. They have to throw him. He's the only non-QB inside 35-1. So he's a pretty elite playmaker. Right. And then as we come down the list, we've got some names like these are starting, and I can't believe he's 14 to 16-1. Drew Aller from Penn State. I watched him play last year, man. He looked really good at times. Of course, he had legitimately the most badass player playing for him. That tight end dude.
Yep.
That tight end guy, man. That guy was nasty. The quarterback from South Carolina, they're saying he potentially is a dark horse. Lenoris Sellers, he's damn athletic. DJ Lagway from Florida.
He had a good year last year, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He got so they put him in Florida, got the transfer from Wisconsin. The quarterback from Wisconsin transferred there, and then he kept getting hurt, and then this kid came in. Kevin Jennings from SMU. He got a lot of exposure during the ACC championship game against Clemson. The next non-quarterback, Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. That guy's bad, man. That dude is nasty. He's 50-1 odds. He scores touchdowns. Then you got a two-way player here, Coy Preach from Minnesota. Plays defensive back and wide receiver. He's a wild card. And I want to continue down on this because there's some pretty wild card. Okay, yeah, here it is, the last one. Blake Horvath, the Navy quarterback, 500-1, dual threat phenom, a potential dark horse quarterback. So,
Rushed for 1,000, passed for 2,000.
Yeah.
No, and Navy probably passed for 1,000.
Yeah. So here we go. So is Arch Manning a real Heisman front runner, or is it too much too soon?
No, I think it's legit.
Okay.
I think it's his to lose.
Can the kid from LSU, can he win if LSU is the only way he can win is if LSU contends for a national championship?
I think they need to.
If they go 11-1 or like 10, as opposed to going like 8-4.
Yeah,
they've got to win games.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, I think if they have more than 2 losses, he's out.
Okay. Can the Smith kid legitimately from Ohio State?
The wide receiver?
Yeah.
No.
Can he? Yeah. I just don't think.
I don't think he's going to have the numbers.
He'd have to put up crazy numbers.
I hope I'm wrong, but
So you return kicks too? Anything that
I don't think he does.
Touches?
I don't think he does. Hey, Gray, we may have to put those dogs upstairs, dude. They're starting to get crazy. How about this? When it's all said and done, if they invite 5 players to New York and he has a really good season and they go like 11-1 or 11-2.
Are we talking Ohio State?
No. will Blake Horvath from Navy get invited if they take 5 players and he has just a crazy season and Navy does well?
I would hope so.
I would too.
Yep.
I really would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that's
He'd
like
be one of those that goes and knows there's no way, but he's going.
yeah. But you're just going because you invite him just because
Yes.
Because he's a throwback to the old football player.
and he's and in that January he's going to be graduating in May, and then his ass is going to be on a boat or a ship or flying a jet or doing something, right? All right, so if you had to pick today, right now. Nobody's thrown a pass. Nobody's caught a pass. Nobody's rushed for a touchdown. What do you think?
Manning.
Manning.
I
just think it's his to lose. Name recognition.
So we're buying into
We're buying
into all the hype.
It's finally his car to drive.
But looking at it too is, everybody we looked at last year for the Heisman. They've all moved on, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
So we're looking at a whole new crop. And, how much other than the kid at Penn State? I mean, he had a decent year last year, but you look at the rest of them on the list. Well, the kid from LSU too, but, can LSU keep reloading at wide receiver like they have?
God, man. It seems like they can because every year they seem to have a daggone wide receiver.
More than a.
Yeah. Those guys were there like at the same time.
Yes.
How did they not win? Actually, they did win when Joe Burrow was there. But how did they not win more? I don't know. Well, we will see. We will see soon. Let's talk about some stuff going on in college football.
Okay.
And I'm going to read a little bit. So Oklahoma State, did you hear this? Oklahoma State, Mike Gundy has called for sweeping change to the college football structure.
No. Is he the only one?
Well, he's arguing that players should be formally recognized as employees. He believes this would allow for the implementation of collective bargaining, standardized contracts, and salary caps, particularly for incoming freshmen. Gundy contends that the current NIL-driven landscape is financially unstable and unsustainable long-term, with escalating recruiting costs and uneven access to resources among programs. A central part of his vision is to creating a single governing authority, a commissioner or central leadership group. I guess he doesn't think the NCAA has the power to oversee college football operations, ensuring revenue sharing and coordinating national standards. He likens this model to the NFL structure where revenue is distributed more equally and competitive balance is prioritized. He also supports the House versus NCAA settlement, which allows schools to share tens of millions of dollars annually with players, but he wants the process regulated to maintain fairness. In the long term, Gundy envisions college football programs functioning as independent business entities, managing their own finances, contracts, and operations separate from the broader university system. To signal his commitment, he took a $1 million pay cut in 2025. It was also probably because they went 3-8, and he was asked if probably going to be fired, to redirect funds towards Oklahoma State's revenue-sharing efforts. Ultimately, Gundy's proposal is a call to professionalize college football in a way that supports both athletes' rights and program sustainability while reducing the chaotic influence of unregulated NIL collectivities or collectives. Questions. Would a commissioner help or hurt the college football structure? What do you think?
Well, look, the whole system's broken. Yeah. And I think I agree on his part about the economic sustainability, because you're going to have some programs that are not going to survive.
Yes.
Financially, some of them are not going to be able to compete, and it's going to kill the programs. So something needs to happen, whether it's, you set a pay scale, set standard, but, all this wheeling and dealing. And look, we all know it was being done beforehand, but now that it's out in the open and we know it's going on and it's legal.
Kind of like gambling in North Carolina.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for people who are doing that illegally, but I can't believe it.
I can't imagine anybody doing that.
But but seriously, something needs to happen. Whether what we want to call them, the power whatever schools,
Yeah.
and they form their own college football league. Whatever, something needs to happen, because I think there needs to be some standards that need to be established. So
I agree. Chris, what do you think?
What is the point of the NCAA? There's nobody there that wants to get together
Nobody
and
wa-
say
Well-
we're in charge. And technically, they still are. There's no guts up there. I guess the conferences are overriding them. Is that what you see? Like, especially the bigger conferences.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're scared as hell, the NCAA, that the conferences, that the big conferences are going to, like the SEC and Big Ten, are going to just say, hey, we're done with. I mean, we're done with
Be independent.
this, and we're going to form our own deal.
But-
and there's
But honestly, Goody, that might be the best thing that happens.
yeah, I agree.
Because think about it, and I'm pretty much talking just football, when we're talking about this. But if you take those top 25, top 50 programs, which we're talking about with SEC, ACC, Big Ten, if you let them just go ahead and go and form a new division or whatever you want to call it, your academic schools that have athletics, let them compete on on a fair level, like your Dukes,
Yeah,
your Vanderbilts, your Stanfords.
the Naval Academy.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
the academy schools. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think it's inevitable. There's going to be a separation at some point in time.
Yes.
I don't think it's going to be if it happens.
It's gonna be win.
It's going to be when
Yep.
when it happens. All right, let's hit some quick hits real quick. I don't know if you guys have been following it, but there are rumors, and they will not go away, that Nick Saban is potentially thinking about coming back and coaching. All right.
And he leads where?
So the odds. so check
Here we
this
go.
out. So check this out. The odds. Okay. So first of all, one of the questions I have for you would he return to the NFL or college? I don't think I think hands down he would come back to college.
Yeah,
I think he
never liked
I think he loves the grind of college football.
Agreed.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So with
Well, I don't know if
that, well now maybe he doesn't like the grind of college
right,
football.
because now there's too many things that he's got to worry about, versus he had boosters to worry about that stuff
Yeah.
beforehand. Now he's got to worry about it.
Who would ever thought the NFL would be less complex? than
Right.
college
Yeah. How
football?
about that?
So, but at the same time, had the Miami Dolphins ownership listened to him,
I agree. Yep.
he might still be coaching in the NFL and never had all that success in college.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Because if the Dolphins would have taken Drew Brees, he'd still be with the Dolphins,
I get
or he would have spent years with the Dolphins.
Yeah. So here, from a college perspective, the next team odds for Nick Saban: LSU 250 plus 250, Arkansas, who we've just talked about
Right.
being on, plus 550, Michigan plus 850,
I can see that.
Florida State plus 1100. There's actually in here about returning back to Alabama plus 1700. This is a random one. Texas Tech plus 2500. If I was him, I would not want to be in Lubbock, Texas, but that's just me.
So you've been there before?
Yeah. Auburn plus 3200. How about that, boy? That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Going to Auburn.
If he comes back, I don't know if he goes back to the SEC. I'm wondering if he takes what he knows and tries to take to another conference and do it like he did in the SEC.
Yeah.
I
You
can
know
see
what I mean?
him being a fit at Michigan.
I could too. Miami is plus 4,000. West Virginia, because that's where he's from, West Virginia, plus 7,000. UNC, because they go after old coaches, plus
And
nine,
who knows
only if they
how
have
long
young
Belichick's
girlfriends.
gonna be here.
only if they have young girlfriends, plus 9,300, and Virginia Tech plus 10,000.
That'd be awesome.
So
Nick's-
he's from West Virginia.
Yeah, he's from.
See, I could see him wanting to resurrect that program.
Yeah.
They've been struggling.
their coach has been threatened to be fired. That Neil Brown
Is
guy
it
for like the
still
last
him?
for like the last 7 years. So in the next 3 years, will Nick Saban be coaching football in college? Yes or no, Dave?
No.
No.
In the next 3 years,
Yes. Or next 1 or 2 years. Will,
Oh, no.
will he coach? Will he coach football? Hell, he can't wait much longer, man. He'll be 90 years old
Right.
before long.
I think before 3 years is up, he'll be coaching.
Okay.
Before 3.
Before 3.
Between 1 and 3.
All right. Last college thing that we're going to talk about, and then we're going to talk real quick about some pro stuff.
Okay.
It has been announced August 30th. His final game day picks, Lee Corso's retiring. After 38 years of headgear and hilarity, his run ends. Can you guys think of a favorite Lee Corso moment that you guys might have?
Dude, no.
He's just classic.
He is. He's one of those guys that, he's been a part of something for so long. He's been a coach, got into broadcasting probably because he wasn't a very good coach. But what a great personality, good guy. And, he makes picking the games a lot of fun.
He does. So is there anybody potentially that you could think of that could take his place?
I had a moment, though.
Oh, you tell
where
me.
he shot the rifle off.
Was
Was
it
probably
what-
the last time it's ever been shot on a campus.
Was it West Virginia?
I think
that-
it was West Virginia. It was a mountaineer rifle.
Yeah, I think it was.
Boom.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's supposed to.
If he did that now, he'd get arrested.
Yeah. We got a federal gun charge on it.
Is there anybody that could take his place?
I'm hoping they're not trying to, and I like Pat McAfee overall, but I'm hoping they don't try to make him the next.
Corso.
Like that.
I love Pat.
I do,
Pat-
but I just don't
Pat
think he's
McAfee.
that kind of guy.
I love him.
You need to get old.
Some of the best interaction, man, is when McAfee does his stuff, and you watch Nick Saban just kind of you just look at Nick Saban. He's like, man, this dude's a freaking nut. Because there was a lot of rumors on there that they didn't get along, that Saban didn't like him. But then I think they did it. I mean, of course, what's Saban going to say?
Right.
No, I don't like him. But I mean, McAfee's out there, and I've actually got McAfee coming down here shortly about some stuff. So stay tuned. See, we all need to tune in that weekend, August 30th, because that's going to be Lee Corso's last time. Hey, hold on a second.
Well, here's the 4 they've got possibly replaced.
Hey, we're doing our podcast. I'm live in a podcast, and look, my wife is calling me. We're live in a podcast. There's this dude telling
Is she
what you're
not
gonna
upstairs?
No, she's in with some friends down at Bald Head Island.
Okay.
So can I call you later? All right, bye. You never know what's going to happen. Dogs barking, coming here eating food, and then your wife calls, right?
So here's the 4 they've got possibly replaced him. Pat McAfee, of course.
Yeah.
Saban is possibly sliding over to that role.
He's
more.
not going to. Can you see him putting on a damn?
Jesse Palmer.
No.
Nah, you got
And
to
then
have
a
somebody.
former player like, say, Peyton Manning or something.
I could see Peyton. I could see.
Yeah.
I could
Yes.
see Peyton Manning.
I can see Manning.
You know who I could see doing it too?
Because Manning's got a good sense of humor.
I could see his. I could see the other. What's the other? I can't even remember the other brother.
Eli?
I could see Eli doing it because he's dry with the obvious choice would be Peyton.
Peyton's a little more flamboyant.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is. But that's interesting. Time will tell. All right, we got to move quick on this. I'll hit these quick. NFL, Michael Parsons trade demands. Dallas Cowboys, Michael Parsons has officially requested a trade, citing his frustration over the team's unwillingness to engage in formal contract negotiations. At the center of the dispute is Parsons' contract status, though he's under contract through this year, the 5th-year option of his rookie deal worth $24 million. The Cowboys yet to offer him a long-term extension. He's reportedly seeking a record-breaking deal of over $200 million, which would make him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history. The Cowboys have shown a reluctance to do this. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones downplays the situation
Jones has said no.
and said that they're in talks.
You're not going.
Rumored landing spots: Bills, Ravens, or Broncos. Those
I
are
heard
the three.
Panthers, too.
Shit, Panther.
They ain't going to spend that
They
kind
ain't
of
gonna
money.
spend that kind of money. Pay Parsons or trade him. What should Dallas do?
They should trade him to the Miami Dolphins.
Do a Herschel Walker deal. Trade him and build another team out of him.
That's a good point. Where does he make the biggest impact if he goes?
If he goes to the Bills, Super Bowl champs.
I would say that.
Already the front runner anyway. But
Yeah.
well, actually the Ravens have the best odds, but
Well,
that ain't happening.
But I'll tell you what, if he goes to the Broncos,
The Broncos defense is already
Broncos
stout.
last year was defense. It was kind of sneaky good.
Yeah.
Because Broncos okay, but if you look at their defensive stats, they had a really good defensive year last year. So that could be a nice little wrinkle.
Yeah.
That would happen.
So do they trade him, or do you think he'll end up
No, he'll stay.
I think he'll stay. They'll work.
They're
it
not
out.
going to let him go.
They'll restructure it to where it's spread out. Like Bobby Bonilla, he'll get $5 million for the next 87 years or something like that.
Sign me up.
All right, Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, Washington Commanders, $30 million holdout. Has officially requested a trade after extension talks have shut down. He's in his final year of a 3-year, $68 million contract. Base salary $15.5 million, but only $2.8 million is guaranteed. He's seeking a new deal worth $30 million or more. He's been holding out and has been fined now approximately $800,000 in fines and lost bonuses. He's reported, but he's hurt. He's reported to camp now, but he's hurt. So he's there, but it's part of his hold-in strategy. Dan Quinn, the coach, said they're not interested in trading him, and they're going to keep him. Let's see. It says he had a great relationship with Jaden Daniels last year. So the big question is Terry McLaurin worth top 5 wide receiver money in the NFL? Is he one of the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL?
He's
good.
He's good. I don't know if he's top 5 good. He's good, but of course, you know, do you really want to put that much into your cap?
So let me ask you this: the next follow-up question to that, needing a badass number 1 wide receiver 1, you got to have one, especially when you got a young quarterback.
Right?
Is he essential for Jaden Daniels to continue to
They
develop?
had a really good connection last year, so I think McLaurin's a big piece to his success.
Yep.
You know, because I mean, McLaurin, I had him on one of my fantasy teams, and he got me good numbers last year. You know, and I wonder how much part of this too is the fact they brought Deebo Samuel in.
I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you on that. And, you know, that's strange, and we'll talk about that next week. The San Francisco 49ers, which used to be flush at wide receivers, they're struggling this year in training camp with wide receivers.
Well, it's because they don't have Ricky Pearsall.
I know. Rainer, you got any thoughts about that? About
the Niners?
About Terry.
I don't think he's top
Scary
5.
Terry.
No.
You don't think he's top 5?
I think he would certainly help a team like. I mean, and it's not just because they're my team, but just because I know more about them. Like the Panthers could use a big time receiver like that. You know, there's certain teams that could use that number 1. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
And he could be a difference maker. But
You guys just drafted your number 1.
We just drafted our number
well, he
1.
could be. We'll see. Between him and Leger.
Yeah, I can't pronounce that.
Yeah, I just say Leger.
All right, last NFL thing. Coaches on the hot seat going into 2025. Shane, the coach from Indianapolis Colts, Shane Stenick, Brian Debo. Dude, I thought that guy.
Giants?
I thought he was going to be
Is
gone.
McCarthy still in Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would think he's been on the hot
he's
seat
got to
for
be
2
on.
years.
Yeah, he's got to be on.
He's
the
got
hot
to be
seat.
number 1 in my opinion.
Mike McDaniels,
Yep.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor from Cincinnati,
Yes.
Kevin Stefanski, Cleveland. Hell, they can't figure it out. They got 7 quarterbacks,
Hey,
man.
their problem is not the coach.
Their problem.
If you look,
management.
that's 100%. It's been
Did
a
you
problem
see
forever.
Did you see the owner came out and basically like publicly said that, I mean, granted, I said it because I'm not a fan, but I don't know the team about when they drafted Shador Sanders. I mean, he publicly like has dismissed that. I mean, just shut up, dude. Don't say anything. I mean, if you can't say nothing, you know, what's your mom and dad used to say?
What said it all was.
If you can't say anything nice, then don't
I
say
think
anything.
we've had a show since the draft, haven't we? We haven't show since the draft.
No,
have
I
we?
don't think we had. No.
You remember the footage and Shador still nobody still knows where he's going yet. You don't know that the Browns have picked him, but the pick is in, and you see that old dude with the glass on top of his head go.
Yeah. How
And
about
I knew right then they were picking him.
how about those? How about
Miles
those,
effing Shador.
how about those dudes that punked him, man? Wasn't it him that
Yeah,
punked? Was it?
it was some coaches' kids
Yeah,
or
yeah.
general managers' kids that got the phone number.
Yeah.
And man, they had him going.
Oh shit, that was
That was
funny.
I
terrible.
think it was one of the Saints assistants, I think.
I think
Yeah.
I think it was.
Charles
and then
Barkley's that's
they
terrible.
they also have the coach from Carolina Panthers potentially on the hot seat. I don't think so. I mean, you're in year 3. I mean, you're going to be going into year 3 with Bryce Young, and we'll talk more about the Panthers. So, which coach faces the most pressure this
I
year?
think McCarthy. I think he's been at the last 2 years. He must have got an
No,
email.
McCarthy got fired. Great. Is McCarthy coaching Dallas?
No,
still at Dallas.
no, he's not.
No, he's
it's
not.
freaking.
Not?
It's
Okay, my bad.
it's not Shanahan. It's
It's an OC corner. It's his son. Brian
Schottenheimer, that's
Schottenheimer,
it,
yeah.
Well, then he was on the hot
He
seat.
was on the hot seat.
Yeah, he's
His-
gone.
it
I thought he
so-
was still there
It was so hot.
because
That's
they
right.
kept him so long.
So who faces the biggest hot seat situation? The guy from Indy, Daboll, or McDaniels?
I think McDaniels.
I think McDaniels.
I think McDaniels does too. I really think he does too. But you know, you gotta you gotta feel for him a little bit because Tua can't stay healthy.
Right.
When Tua's upright, I mean, he plays good. So anyway, do you think teams like the Colts or Giants are too quick to move on from head coaches, or is the impatience justified when a franchise quarterback fails to develop? Because the situation you have this
They
year,
moved quick.
Daboll was the Giants coach, and they just moved on Daniel Jones. Well, you know where Daniel Jones is now, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has gone to
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis to compete against the Richardson kid,
Right.
who is in his third year, who can't stay healthy either.
Right.
So, do you think they're too quick to move on from him? Thoughts?
Daboll, well, this is year 3 or 4 for him.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah, one of the
Right.
two. Yeah,
That's
So-
longer than most.
Yeah, but, and again, see, this is one of those. It's a catch-22 because we don't know in each organization how much say the coach has in personnel. You know, if that's solely with the general manager, or in, let's say, the case of Dallas Cowboys, the owner. You know, so I think some of these coaches are unjustly fired early,
I agree.
not given it because they haven't been given a fair shot.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
There
And
aren't many that did a Tepper and pulled him in the first year. Frank
God,
Wright, he didn't
yeah,
get through
man.
the first year.
How about that?
Terrible.
That was terrible. All right, Zach Taylor or Kevin Stefanski, both of those in the AFC North. Both of them are under fire.
I would say Taylor.
If neither team makes the playoffs, who gets fired first?
Taylor.
Taylor.
I can see Taylor. Burrows they've got to have a bounce back year this year. They've got to. I mean, they were horrible last year, and still near the end of the season, still had a chance to make the playoffs. And Burrow threw for like 92,000 yards.
Right.
I mean, their defense was horrible.
Correct.
But I do agree with you. I think if all things even, Zach Taylor is gone before Stefanski. All right. All right, we do a little trivia real quick. I got 5
All right.
trivia questions for you guys. Which college football coach holds the record for most wins in the NCAA Division I FBS history? Joe Paterno, Nick Saban, Bobby Bowden, or Bear Bryant?
Just in the FBS?
Division
That
I.
division, okay.
Yeah, Division I, the big boys. Paterno, Saban, Bowden, or Bryant?
I thought it was Paterno, unless they're going to strike him from the record.
That's what I was thinking.
It is Paterno. Who was the first wide receiver to win the Heisman Trophy? Desmond Howard, Tim Brown, Keyshawn Johnson, or Charles Woodson?
Woodson.
Tim Brown.
Desmond Howard. Which NFL team was the first to win 5 Super Bowls? Y'all should know this. Pittsburgh Steelers, San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, or New England Patriots?
Steelers.
Yep.
Steelers. In what year did the NFL and AFL officially merge into a single league?
Well,
67?
1969, 1970, 72, or 74?
70.
69.
Do you say 70?
70.
1970. And lastly,
Oh, you meant with the Super Bowl.
who was the first quarterback to throw for over 5,000 yards in a single NFL season?
The first?
The first. Dan Marino, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, or Peyton Manning?
Your guy.
No, I don't think Marino ever.
Marino
went
did
over-
it his rookie year. 5,000.
Did he?
Yeah. pretty sure.
5,084 in 1984.
His first year, and then
Think about that.
That's pretty.
48 touchdowns that year. Yeah.
Because I knew later on he did not.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, the thing y'all love the best, studs and duds.
I was ready for this one. I was
right.
thinking about it as we were going along.
Well, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go
My
ahead.
stud and dud is the same thing, but different stud and dud. The studs are the NFL for those throwbacks they're going to do this year for the Super Bowl champions. Have you heard about that?
I have not.
They're going to be awesome.
What are they doing?
They'll wear the jerseys like they wore, in their Super Bowl wins and stuff like that.
Or Super Bowl appearances?
No wins.
Well, then
I don't know
Carolina.
about the appearances.
Well, so Carolina Panthers aren't wearing jerseys.
I don't know if it's all I'm doing it, but I know the Super Bowl.
Minnesota can't
winning
wear
team-
jerseys.
Yeah.
Well,
Buffalo can't wear
there's
jerseys.
there's one team that has never been to Super Bowl, In the
Is that Cleveland the only one?
Detroit.
no Detroit. Detroit is the only team in the NFL in the
Cleveland's been in a Super Bowl?
well back in the they've been in
championships.
Yeah, they've been in championships.
Okay.
Detroit
And they may do the ones where where the Panthers win in
so
2003.
so that's a stud or dud for
That's
you.
a stud because I think they're going to look cool.
Okay.
Here's the dud. They're not going to let the Redskins have the Redskin on their helmet.
Oh, that sucks.
That's
Man.
stupid. They're going to have everything about the uniform except anything to do with the Redskins. That's going to look dumb.
Well, if President Trump has anything to say with it,
He's trying.
He's trying hard.
Yeah.
All right, you got a stud or dud?
No, not really.
North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Well, we could. I figure I'll save that.
Okay.
Because we can call a little bit dud because all of a sudden they've realized they're going to have problems hosting 8 state championship games in sports.
Yeah. I mean, how long did it take them to figure that one out?
Yeah.
It was bad enough when you just had it in football. Now you have it in everything.
Yeah.
And they'll probably never go back to that. Hey, if Jacksonville doesn't make the 3A or what's
6A.
Jacksonville now?
6A.
6A. Because it's a Keenan Stadium, Rainer. They're not going to go because they've gone back to
Turf.
Well, I
National
haven't
grass.
looked at all of them, but I looked at the draw in 4A, which is what Southwest is, and I like
Why?
it. Why?
Why did you look at the draw for?
I just looked at the the teams in it. Like
Oh, okay.
I saw all of them, but that was the one, of course, I looked at the
So
most.
you honestly think Southwest has a chance to make it too?
I didn't say this year,
Oh, okay.
but it's gonna be that way for a while. How long will it be this way, Dave? Do you know?
4 years at
4 years.
least.
Okay.
Now, do you think, from an AD standpoint and your dealings with the state and everything, don't you think 6 would have been a better choice? 6 classes and be done with it.
So Rainer, 2 realignments ago
Uh-huh.
at the AD conference, they asked for suggestions for realignment. There were a few of us that suggested 3 classifications, subdivide each classification like I did for football. You take your big 32, your little 32,
So 6, essentially.
6. Well, I mean, but basically you're having 3 because the philosophy that when we kind of came up with the idea was the fact that geographically
Yeah.
you have more schools closer in size population-wise, and it'd be easier to have geographical conferences. Whereas now you've got split conferences all over the
You got
place.
some split conferences with 3 different classes.
Yeah, or you have a 5A conference with one 6A conference in it, which makes total
Swansboro.
sense.
Right?
I didn't say who it was.
It's,
I think that's who it is.
I think it's great.
Now, so you're talking about having a 3A all through the year, or 3 classes, and then subdivide just for playoffs
Uh-huh.
in each sport.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. That, like you said, that sets up your conferences where you can have all of them 3A still,
Correct.
and then just
Right.
subdivide at the time instead of having so many divisions.
Yep. You know, you're still going to have your Outer Banks school, which are going to, be a little what's the word I'm looking for? They're out on an island by themselves. You're going to have a few little pockets where you're going to have some schools that are going to, but that's how it's always been with those schools.
Do you remember the calendar committee that they used to have in the county? Where
Yeah,
they draw
okay.
people in
All right.
from the community
Okay.
like myself,
Okay.
Steve, whoever.
Rainer, you think there's a calendar committee. There's no calendar committee. It's all
Well,
made up.
That's what I'm going to say. They called you in, got all your input, you suggested something, then they did what they wanted to. Same way the High School Athletic Association did.
That's
Gray,
100%.
Gray, what is there a preseason football game coming on tonight?
It's a repeat of
Hey,
the Hall of
goody.
Fame game.
Yeah.
goody. It looks like Gray's watching
What's
baseball.
Gray watching baseball? What the hell's wrong with him?
There's nothing else.
So did you say you had so did you have a stutter done?
No, I don't. Other than say a prayer for Sadie Irvin.
All right. I've got 3 studs. Yeah, definitely say a prayer for Sadie Irvin. I've got 3 studs. Number one stud. When ESPN tried to slash the college game day budget, Pat McAfee wasn't having it. According to co-host Kurt Kirbstreak, the cuts would have hit the behind-the-scenes crew. So McAfee straight up offered to pay their cost out of his own pocket. Management quickly reversed course once they realized how bad it looked to have their own host covering basic expenses. Herbstreit praised McAfee for changing the power dynamic at ESPN, saying the days of everyone's replaceable may finally be over, at least when you got someone like Pat on the team. McAfee might be bold and loud, but behind the scenes, he's loyal and willing to put his money where his mouth is. I do, man.
That's awesome.
That's freaking awesome,
Yep.
man.
I've heard the WNBA's can do that too. They're all going to pool their resources and pay themselves.
Yeah, how about that?
The $40 million they owe the NBA.
So speaking of baseball, I do actually have a baseball.
I just saw that. I was like, wow.
Get out.
a baseball.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at the picture.
And I was just looking at this. Greg Maddux, the former pitcher for Atlanta Braves, might be the all-time GOAT of pitching, but he might be the all-time GOAT of baseball. In 2 different seasons, Greg Maddux hit for a higher average than he allowed on the mound.
On the mound.
In 94, he averaged 222, and his opponents against him averaged 207. And then in 98, he averaged 240. 240 is not a bad average. I mean, that's like a shortstop average that used to be like a shortstop. And his opponents averaged 220 against him. That's pretty good.
That's real good.
The only other better stat, and I can't remember exactly what it is, as bad as he was, the stat about Tony Gwynn and the strikeouts.
Yep.
Oh, there was one thing. If he went 0 for his last 1,000 at bats, he'd have still been a 300 hitter.
Yeah, I mean, something stupid.
Crazy.
Well, and then like Maddux, it was like something about striking out
Right.
too, and Maddux was up there. And then my last one is just an ode to a stud. Only one athlete in the history of athletics have played in both the Final Four and the Super Bowl. Who was that player?
Say that again. I was looking up a Greg Maddux.
Only one player, only one athlete has played in both the Final Four and the Super Bowl.
Julius Peppers.
That is correct. Julius Peppers, who was a stud amongst studs.
Can I give you another Greg Maddux thing? Because I'd heard this before. I just looked it up.
Yeah.
Greg Maddux faced 20,421 batters. 20,421 batters over his career. Only 310, which is 1.5%, saw a 3-0 count. Over half of them, 177, were intentional walks.
I saw that one too.
Nuts.
That's insane.
One more and I'll leave it alone, I promise. He threw a 77-pitch complete game. 77 pitches is all he took to win the game.
9 innings.
2 hours and 7 minutes. That's your kind of baseball right there.
Yep.
Oh God, that's 9 innings of baseball. Unless they were the home team, then he didn't have. No. Yeah,
He still had to face 9 innings.
9 innings of baseball, 72 pitches.
77.
77. Well, that's eight.
nuts.
That's 8. That's less than that. Nine pitches.
That's like some innings getting out on 3 pitches, 4 pitches and
that's
stuff.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid. So I don't like baseball,
nasty.
but I do like grit.
You like him because he pitched quick games.
Yeah, he picked quick game. I mean, you could watch a game in 2 hours and 15 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Big thanks to Dave Miller, Chris Rayner, and Gray Goodson over there from the brown leather couch. Next week we'll have Big 10, Big 12 college football previews. We'll do a little coverage on UNC and Bill Belichick, his first season in Chapel Hill, and we'll have some more training camp news, including Rayner's going to help me with some Carolina Panther stuff because I'm sure he'll be able to provide some input on that. But that's it. So we'll catch you next time on 2 Men and a Six Pack, and we're going to end now.